Hello. Comics Comic is here with 3/5 of Derrick Comedy for the debut episode of Beer with the Shakes.
Beer with shakes, beer with shakes. Everybody's talking about beer and shakes. Now with interviews. See, we just did a theme song. That was great.
Hooray! So I would say welcome back to New York. Welcome home.
Yeah. Feels like home. Feels good.
Even though you've all gone Hollywood.
Yeah.
With your
totally
first.
Hollywood.
With your
We
first.
said, more beverages. More beverages.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'm out.
With your first feature film, though, Mystery Team, which is you've had a nomadic experience over the past couple months, right?
Nomadic is like the perfect way to put it, which I've never really thought of. But yeah, we've been going town to town with this movie on a college tour, and then now we're in New York City. That's opening, hopefully launching a next wave of releases in other towns. We've got Chicago coming up. We've got Boston. We've got Los Angeles. We've got Albuquerque coming up this weekend. All kinds of crazy times, and it's really, really been amazing. And we've been going from town to town, meeting kids, handing out swords, getting tattoos. It's been beautiful.
What can you tell me about some of the other cities you've been to and some?
We were in Columbia, Missouri. We did a bunch of small college towns initially, as kind of touring around. But Columbia, Missouri was a lot of fun. There was a theater called the Ragtag. We did Austin, where they had the Draft House, both of which are theaters where you can order beers, which is the best thing in the world. A movie theater where you can order like beers and wings and shit. It's great.
And was this all part of the grand design of rolling out Mystery Team?
Yeah, that was the
The college tour was like sort of part of the plan from the beginning because we know we have a lot of people who really like Derrick in college towns, and we wanted to give them the opportunity to see the movie. Whereas like I grew up in a small town and nothing really like fun ever came to my town. So like it was sort of like this idea that we would bring Derrick to you.
I just ate. The shake has toasted marshmallows in it. It's toasted marshmallow shake. I just ate one of the toasted marshmallows. And what if heaven were a thing that you could drink and then pay $6 for, and then leave while you drank a beer?
And then also have on the TV behind you.
The shake itself being made on a loop from the time it was on Food Network, I guess. They're selling me the thing that I've already bought, and I'm buying it again. Again, I'm buying it.
Now I know that I would never compare you to Tucker Max, but.
Thank you, Sean. Thank you. Appreciate that.
But
That's our blurb from Comics Comic is, I would never compare them to Tucker Max. Comics Comic.
But as I recall, he also came out with his own movie this fall and tried like a rollout in some small cities. Did you learn anything from?
Oh, absolutely.
That,
I mean, we didn't necessarily learn from him because it was happening simultaneously, but we learned things in every town that we then applied. Now, we don't have a marketing machine behind this movie at all. It's just literally us and the movie and the people that like it. And so what we kind of learned is that in order to try to create a facsimile of what you normally do when you have television commercials and you have this huge marketing push and all this money, we literally had to be on the ground being that marketing push ourselves. And so we would learn stuff in each new town, and we kind of, it was really, really interesting. I think if this movie had opened on like 4,000 screens the first weekend, it would have immediately bombed because there wouldn't have been like the support there. But we've been going from town to town, building interest, and like it could not be more grassroots. I was just saying today to a film class at NYU, I was like, I feel like I should be here like bruised and battered and bloody, having gone through all this, just wearing a t-shirt that says like, I am indie film. That is me. I have lived it. I've been there. It's terrifying.
At what point do you know if you've been successful with the rollout?
I think we've already been successful. I mean, the places that we've been to with the movie, like everyone that we've spoken to seems to have really enjoyed the movie and had a fun time with it. So to us, it was just about making a movie that we were in love with, and hopefully people liked it and had a good time watching it. I think in that sense, we've been immensely successful.
We've been, okay.
No, I was just gonna say, but there's no like financial benchmark or there's.
I mean, they're obviously, like we'd like to be wildly popular and become millionaires, but that's not really why we made this movie.
And I mean, just in terms of the success of the movie, it's like, I mean, we got extended in Phoenix, we got extended in like Gainesville, Florida, and Columbia, and now here in New York, like, which is and that with the fact that there's no signs on buses, there's no signs at bus stops, it's just like the people.
You have a real bus obsession.
Yeah. Well, I think that bus is really the main advertising for it.
Right, there's no like traditional like bus-centric advertising campaign.
The bus driver doesn't get up with an acoustic guitar and play the movie's theme song before he drives to the next stop.
The bus driver doesn't drive up on the sidewalk, hit a bunch of people, get cuffed, and then say on the news mystery team because he was paid to do that. None of that happens. So we're immensely proud of the fact that we're able to get enough people out there that it's worth the while to extend these movies.
And
in these
honestly,
markets.
being here in New York, we were always we made this movie, we shot it up in New Hampshire, we lived here in New York, all of us for 6 or 7 years, so to just even play the movie in a theater in New York and be able to tell people this is where my movie's playing is to me the coolest thing ever.
And it also makes you qualify for the Academy Awards.
Exactly,
Yes.
which we're saying
We
Mystery
have
Team,
a
Academy
huge
Awards,
campaign.
sweep.
Yeah.
Sweep, clean sweep this year.
Every category,
Best
every
documentary short
single
subject.
category.
Best documentary short subject, Mystery Team. Best foreign film, Mystery Team. Les Mystery Team.
And if we're wrong, come find us and tell us we're wrong. Try to find
And
it.
until you come and find us, we're not wrong. We're not wrong. We won't be watching the Oscar broadcast nor learning any of the results.
We're hard to find. And I'll be even harder to find after that Oscar thing comes out if we're wrong. But we won't be wrong because you'll never find me.
And how can people have you come to them?
On our website, you can go to mysteryteam-movie.com and you can demand for the movie to come to your town. And we've been responding to that. And we've come to some of the most demanded cities. We have plans to come to we're going to be in Los Angeles and Chicago and Boston, all these cities.
Those are in the top 5 of our most demanded localities. And after that, even if you're in some town where you can never quite make it out to us or we never make it to you, the movie will be on DVD, it'll be out on your iTunes and your all kinds of ways to pay for and see this movie in a couple of months. So we will bring it to you, we swear to God. And if you're out there waiting for it, we thank you for keeping the faith and being excited, sending the trailer to friends. I can't wait to meet you in real life and give you a hug and make you a little bit uncomfortable.
Because he always has an erection when he gives hugs.
It's not related.
Yeah.
It's a medical condition. So I prefer you not to make it weird for me. And it just happens that every time I give hugs, I go, oh, this is working.
And that's been our beer with shakes.
Beer with shakes. Beer with shakes. Everybody's talking about beer with shakes.
The interview.